Hola everyone, Christian here. With the newer OS 2.0 themes, Shopify has added the ability to add storefront filtering on your collection and search pages. So I'm going to show you how to add both default and custom filters to your store. Let's get started. Now, I don't know about you, but I like filtering stuff. I like organized things. I like to know exactly, what I'm looking for by using filters. And your audience and your customers, they do too. So storefront filters allow you to set up product filterings, again, on your search and collection pages. So when you enable filtering, customers can actually filter by availability, product type, color, and filter those results to find the actual products that interest them the most. So first thing that you need to do is to check if your theme actually supports filtering. So if we go over here to our online store, and then we're under themes, we see that right now we have the Venture theme, the 9.4.1 version. Now let's go to navigation here. And then right here under menus, you'll see this new collection and search filters. And as you can see, it gives you a message that says the current theme doesn't support filters. And that's because you need the most current OS 2.0 theme. If we go to the theme store, and let's go by all themes, you'll see that now they have all these new badges with the OS 2.0. I believe they've updated all of them. So all you have to do is just make sure, actually no, there's this one right here that is not updated. But I would say 99% of them are updated to the OS 2.0. So if you don't have an OS 2.0, I highly suggest that you upgrade to an OS 2.0 theme. Now, step number 2 is going to be enabling the default filters. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to switch the theme out for an OS 2.0 theme. So we have the Dawn theme over here. I'm going to click on Actions, Publish, so that this will be our main theme right now. And then if we go back to navigation, we'll see that that message is gone right now. Now, before we enable the default filters, I just want to say bienvenidos. My name is Christian Piñon, one of the co-founders here at Bay Branding. We're an e-commerce growth agency that specializes in helping clothing stores grow and scale profitably online. We drop new videos every week, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. All right, so right off the gate, we have this style one in there, but I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to click Save. And then I'm also going to open a new tab with our store. I'm going to go to Catalog. Let's go to the bones here. And as you can see, there is no filtering. There is sorting on this right-hand side over here. So we can sort by features, bestseller. But that's not exactly what we want. We want the actual filtering. So as you can see right now, there's no active filters, but all we have to do is add filters. And then these are gonna be so anything under products and product options, these are gonna be your sort of default filters, right? Some things that already come by just you adding products to your store. So you can do availability, price, product type, vendor, color, and size. Now, color and size have been added. You might see something different here. These have been added because we have variants for color and size in our store. You may have some other types of variants, and these product options will change right there. But as a default, you'll have these top 4 right here. So we're going to enable all those. Actually, let's enable all of them. I will say that you can enable, I believe it's up to 24 different filters. So you can do a lot with these new filters. Now we're going to ignore that one, the meta fields, because the meta fields is going to be the custom filters that I'm going to show you how to do here in a second. So I'm going to click Done, click Save on that. And then let's go back to our store here, refresh this page. And as you can see, we have the filtering by availability. So in stock, out of stock, by price. This is very powerful. You can do by price range. So, and it actually tells you the highest priced is $67.98. It's pretty cool. Product type. So let's say this is a collection that had a lot of different things. You could do, shirts, pants, sunglasses, accessories, etc. By brand. So if you have a lot of different brands and you actually use your vendors, then you can do filtering by brand. By color, you have accent blue, black, orange, and then finally by size. Now, I will say that by playing around with this, the filters change depending on the collection that you're on. So for example, we're in the Bones collection and we have these sizing options right here available. But if you were in a completely different collection, then the sizing will adjust to that collection and the products that are inside of that collection only. So before, when you were doing filters in older stores, you would have the whole gamut of every single size out there on the whole store. So this is a little bit of smarter filtering, if you will. So I'll show you if we click on some of these. Actually, let me do medium. Okay. So you see it refreshes the page and it tells you right here what are the filters that you have enabled. So right now we just only have medium, and you can stack these so by product type. So now we have medium and that. You can click on the X to get rid of that, to sort of narrow down exactly what you want. You can click clear all and it will show you the whole list. So pretty handy. Hey, I would just like to tell you that if you like what you see on this video so far, consider clicking that like button. It will help us out. All right, so the next step is to figure out how to add these custom filters. The custom filters work with the meta fields. If you haven't checked out the video that we made on meta fields, please do so right here. That will explain a little bit further into the actual meta fields and how to create them, and just talk a little bit more in depth. But for the purpose of this, we're going to create a meta field so that we can create a custom filter here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to settings, then we're gonna go to meta fields on the left-hand side, and then it'll give you options to do either products, variants, collections, customers, orders. For the filtering options, you'll probably be under products or variants. I did a variant one just to test something, which I'm gonna show you here in a second. But let's go to products here, and then we're gonna click on add a definition. So let's say that you wanted to create something like the style, okay? So we can name that style, and we'll just click on that very top one. You don't have to do the suggested ones. So you're creating a new one, so styled. And then you can do a description. Again, this is just for more internal purposes. And then you can select a content type. So for style, I just want it to be plain text, but you do have some other options in here when it comes to filtering. So I can do plain text, and I'm gonna do, just a single line of text. And then validation, I don't need to do that right now. So I'm gonna click on save. Okay, so we have the style set up for products. So the way that works is, now that we have that in there, I'm gonna exit out of the settings. And I'm gonna go to products. And then let's do dry bones here. Now when you click on your actual product and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see that meta fields will show up, and then the one that we created just now, style, will show up right here. So for style, let's pretend that these are maybe for him, like style for him or for her, right? So we're gonna click on save on that one. Okay. Now that we have that set up in there, then we can go back to our online store, navigation, and then inside of here, we can add a filter. And then you'll see that here under meta fields, there's the variant one that I created earlier, which I haven't really shown you yet on this video. I was just testing it around. But the one that we created right now is for the product meta field, and that's the style one. So I'm gonna click check mark on that one, click done, and click save. Now when we go back here, I'm gonna refresh this page, and you'll see that style will show up right here. And then you can click on the for him, and we'll see the dry bones show up here when we do that. But you can do that custom filtering for anything. So let's say that you have maybe custom dimensions, or basically anything you can think of, you can do a filter for. Now, something that it was a question on a different video that I saw on YouTube, where it was asking, for example, if you want this dry bone to show up under for him and for her, so you want to show up on both of those, it's kind of tricky because it doesn't give you the ability to do that within the products. So what I did was I added the custom filter or the meta field to the variant, and that's what you saw right over there. So I'm going to click on get rid of that one, and I'm going to click on save. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go to settings, I'm going to go to meta fields, and then I clicked on variant, and then I just did the same thing. I said style, it's going to be a single line text, etc. So nothing really changed from what I did previously, except for at the very first step, I wanted to do variants, not the products. So that means that when you go to products here, and we go, for example, color for bones, and color for bones has different variants depending on the size, so small, medium, large. So right now, this meta field right here for style is the product-wide meta field, but if we go deeper and we go to small, for example, we'll see that this one also has a very specific meta field. Right now it's named the same, it's style, but as you can see, we can do for him on the small, and then the medium, we could do the for her. So that means that this product will show up under both of those circumstances. So it's just a little workaround to that particular question on how to achieve the same product for two different options when it comes to the meta fields. So let's add that real quick so we can see how that looks. So we're gonna go to navigation, custom filters, I'm gonna add the filter, and then we're gonna do the variant one. So I'm gonna click on style, done, save, go back over here, refresh this. And then now if we go to, do you see we have the for her and for him? We can click on for her and the color for bones show up. We get rid of that one, we add the for him, and the same product shows up here. So again, just a little workaround so that you can achieve that. If you have any other scenarios like that, let us know in the comments below, and we'll try to find a solution or maybe some workaround for that specific situation. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do is be able to edit the way that the filtering system looks, right, within the theme. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to let you know a little secret, that data is king. Now more than ever, you need to be able to see your blind spots and opportunities in your business. We found software called Triple Whale, you can see the link below, that will literally put all the data points that you need to know about your business into one place so that every single day you can see what your gross net profit opportunities are to continue to grow your clothing store profitably. So check that out below. Now, the last thing that we have here is to be able to manipulate how this looks a little bit, right? So in order to do that, again, we want to go to themes, customize, and then in here, I'm gonna go to the collection page, default collection. And then in here, you should be able to see, let's see, product grid. Okay. So we have filtering, sorting. So we have enable filtering. So that one's already check marked. If at the beginning of the video, you did not see your filtering show up, this is where you would enable it right here within your theme. So for Dawn, for example, we can enable filtering. And then, let's see this one. Okay, we can collapse it into larger screens, so it looks a little bit nicer, depending on how many filters we have. Depending on your particular theme, you will have the option to do maybe a sidebar theme, or just have it right there show up at the very top. It looks like Dawn only offers the top filtering, sorting and filtering, and then for the ability to collapse on larger screens. So if we look at that, okay, it kind of looks like that sidebar, but it comes as a drawer cart right there. So that's really nice. I would definitely recommend something like that if you have, if you're closer to that 24 filter option metric that they have. So we're just gonna click on save on that. Look at our store here, refresh it. Now we have filter and sort all combined right here with that drawer. Looks very nice. All right, that's all we have for today. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. We would love to help you and your store be able to filter and sort a little bit better. So let us know. See you in the next one.